Hello everyone, this is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Research here at FXPRIMUS, bringing you the day's schedule of events for Thursday, April 14th. Well, the big event today is the Bank of England rate decision. Of course, there's no suggestion that they might change rates, particularly ahead of the Brexit vote. Nonetheless, there has still been decent volatility following the announcement, especially since last August, when they began releasing the minutes of the meeting at the same time. The key will be what they think of Tuesday's stronger than expected inflation data for March. Inflation expectations have recovered recently, showing that the market believes inflation has indeed hit bottom. Accelerating inflation, along with strong growth in consumer credit and household savings at a record low, suggests that the Bank of England may start thinking again about normalizing rates. I would expect the minutes to be more optimistic and to prove positive for sterling. Next comes the U.S. CPI for March. This isn't the Fed's target rate. Its target is the Core Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, but it is still closely watched. Tuesday's import price index was well below expectations, as was yesterday's producer price index. So we could get some further disappointment here, and that could be negative for the dollar. Fed President Lockhart and Fed Board Governor Powell will be speaking. Now, back in March, Lockhart said that he thought the Fed could hike rates as early as April. It'll be interesting to see if he still holds that opinion, since his boss has pretty much ruled it out. Powell hasn't said anything of note recently. Back in December, he said continued progress on the labor market was his number one concern. If so, he might be hawkish too. But I don't know how much the market will listen to these guys now that Fed Chair Yellen and New York Fed President Dudley have both come out relatively dovish. During the U.S. afternoon, we should get the communique from the G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bankers meeting. As I discussed yesterday, watch what they say about intervention and note how the Japanese delegation interprets it. If they give more of a green light to Japan, it could be negative for the yen. Overnight, we will get several major indicators from China, including retail sales, industrial production, fixed asset investment, and the all-important first quarter GDP figure. Now, following Monday's higher than expected producer price index data and Wednesday's better than expected trade data, the market's probably expecting some good figures here. GDP is expected to slow only modestly. If it even makes the estimate, that could be taken as a good sign in the current environment and be seen as positive for the CNH and for the Australian dollar. This is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Research at FXPRIMUS. Get more market insights on our education pages and turn your trading ideas into action with FXPRIMUS, the safest place to trade.